Now, for more on the debate, we are joined in the studio by the NDC MP for Zebilla, Ebenezer Zebilla, who also serves on Parliament's Agriculture Committee. You're welcome, Honourable, to Channel One Newsroom.
Thank you very much, Freeman.
Right now, the minority says that the overall outlook of the budget does not reflect the true state of the economy. In fact, they've made reference to the exchange rate and inflation as being engineered. So this is not the clear picture. What do you say to this?
Yeah, I don't expect anything different from them than what they have said, because you don't expect the minority to come and praise government for doing something good. But I know within them, behind the scenes, when we meet one-on-one, some of them actually, you know, they talk good about the economy. They actually express some kind of happiness in the way the economy has been handled so far. Because, you know, you remember before that was in 2024, you saw what happened. Even members of parliament ganged up against the finance minister. They had issues with the way he was managing the economy. And they took very serious stance and said he must leave the office. They wanted him out. And so they will not agree to say openly that what the NDC has done so far is good.
Well, they base their claim on their observation that Ghanaians, you know, are not feeling the supposed impact of these favorable indicators.
Which is very false. You and I go to the market together and we see what is happening on the market today. Things are reducing. How much is a bag of cement today? In 2024, how much was a bag of cement?
But how much is a bucket of tomatoes?
That's a seasonal product. Tomato is a seasonal product. As in when there's, you know, enough tomato, then the price, you know, it comes down. And when there's a shortage of it, then the price go up. That is a seasonal product. But we're looking at prices of things that are very common on the market, like the price of cement, price of rice, the rice that we eat today, how much were we buying it, 5 kg, how much was it, and how much is it today? A bag of cement was around 100, and I remember I bought 100, and from my ends, 140 Ghana cedis, one bag of cement. Today, in my village, not even the constituency capital, in my own village, I buy a bag of cement at 107 Ghana cedis. In Accra here, a bag, some areas...
You are building?
Where?
No, I'm just asking. You
of course,
yeah,
I was building at home. I was building.
Right.
I have projects, so I was building.
Of course,
when I was home.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is that price of cement at the time was very high. Today, prices are going down. With food stuff, like in terms of maize, how much was a bag of maize? A bag of maize was around 800, 900. Today, if you go to the village, you get a bag of maize at 400 Ghana cedis. Even in Accra here, you can get a bag of maize around 500 Ghana cedis. So that tells you that price of goods are going down. And what are the indicators? What are the factors that are making those things to go down?
Right.
It's about inflation. Generally, everything is a bit low. And if you come to talk about exchange rates, exchange rate is going down. And so people, business owners do not need so much money, you know, to exchange for the dollar in order to go bring goods. And so because of that, prices of goods on the market are relatively cheaper than before. So yes, they have the right to say whatever they want, but the reality is that things are far better than the era of the NPP.
They also raised the issue of government's commitment to the 24-hour economy. According to the minority, they are not seeing enough commitment from the government to see this through.
You see, for them, they don't even know the definition of 24-hour economy.
Tell us, what is it?
Of course, they have said a number of times. What we are saying is that a 24-hour economy is an economic system where there will be 3 shifts, you know, one job, 3 shifts.
Right.
3, you know, 3 shifts, 3
employments.
3 employments.
Exactly.
One job, but you have about 3 shifts.
You break it down.
So you break it down, say that somebody goes in the morning, there will be 3 shifts. Then that means many people are going to be employed in that one job to do. Are you getting it? They say that that is not the definition for 24-hour economy.
Is it in operation now?
No, but see, it is a process. You have seen that some of the institutions, even some of the government institutions, have even started implementing it. And it's going to work more even on the private sector.
Right.
And we're rolling out some of the industrialization projects in 2026. And what we say is that, this is what works very well in the manufacturing sector, where you use, manpower, where laborers work, you use a lot of laborers in working. Right. And so there'll be trade shifts. Then that will help in, reducing, what's the name? Increasing job opportunities for people.
But would it mean that these are permanent jobs, or these will be temporary runs? For instance, with what will happen in the road sector, for instance, employing like 800 people who come in, as hands-on to do stuff. These are not permanent jobs. Are these the kind of processes or the kind of jobs we are looking when we talk about 24-hour economy?
You see, I have always believed in this finance principle that the higher the higher the risk, the higher the returns. Every short-term job even pays higher than a long-term job. You see, in the road sector, where we're talking about the big push happened to bring about 800,000 jobs, people are going to learn some new skills. It's not just about a job. You are entering the job market, you are going to learn some new skills while on the job. So even if that road construction is over, your chances of getting a job in the same sector is very easy. Because already you have the skills, you have the knowledge, and that you are able to fit into similar roles if such opportunity comes, and then you apply. So it's not just about the job on the spot. But I also believe that the higher the risk, the risk, the higher the returns, and the higher the risk is the fact that the job is of a short tenure. And once it's a short tenure, it pays more.
Well, let's now look at the issues with agriculture properly. When I mentioned the tomato, you stated clearly that it's a seasonal produce, correct? Now we have food lots. How are we handling all these? The rice, the eggs, everything. How are we handling it?
Already, you know already what we are doing. You know what the president has ordered. President has ordered for them to buy the eggs.
Yeah.
Buy the eggs from buffer stocks, to buy the eggs and give it to the school feeding caterers to feed the students, our children in the secondary schools, to increase their nutritious needs.
Do they have the financial standing to do this? Because the buffer stock, needs 77 million to do this.
The president had already asked the finance minister to release 200 million to buffer stock to take care of the excesses, to take care of the excess stock on the market or in the system. And they are going to the maize, mopping up the excesses on the market, going into even tomato. Tomato was one of the crops that were on the news, and the president ordered for them to mop up the excess or the surpluses on the system. The same thing with the eggs. So this is a government that is listening. This is a poor government, a government that listens to the poor, the needs of the ordinary person, and taking steps to ensure that not just supporting the ordinary person, like our children, to have better food to eat, but also helping the poor farmer who has suffered and toiled to produce food, and that food would have gone waste if not for the intervention of the president. But
what is government doing to ensure that we deal with these challenges? Because every year we come back to food wastage, and then we still also have to do with shortages and all. I don't know if in Parliament your committee is dealing with practical measures to handle these situations.
I think if you look at the 2026 budget, we are not looking at just helping production of produce, but we're looking at developing value chains.
Right.
So in the vegetable market, we are looking at developing some crop value chains. Tomato will be one of them. Most of especially the perishable goods. Tomato will be one of them. Pepper will be one of them. So that the support starts from the production stage to processing. So the government will come in to support in the establishment of some factories that will help in processing these produce. At least so that it will help develop a value chain that will even help employ many people, and then also help the poor farmer who produces and most at times get losses as a result of a glut.
Now, I'm sure one project, that you would find very interesting because it's in your region is the Kwalugu Multipurpose Dam. What is the plan for this, in dealing with irrigation issues, controlling flooding and all that? What's the plan?
The initial plan that we've had as a country was to see how that good facility or asset that God has bequeathed us can be turned into something very positive. Unfortunately, we also saw what happened in the last few years where some $11 million was committed into it, given to some consultant who did absolutely nothing. In fact, I did in 2024, I was part of the team that went there with the media people, and there was absolutely nothing to show that 11 million had gone into this project. This government is committed. We are committed into actually see the development of the Kwalugu Multipurpose Dam. And it is supposed to be used as a hydro dam that will help in the generation of electricity. And then also use as irrigation purpose. That is even what it's being used for. Currently, it is used for irrigation purposes.
Right.
But how is irrigation done? It's just done, farmers.
So government has plans.
Government has plans as part of the plans for 2026 to have it as developed into a hydro system that will help in generating power and also used for irrigation activities along the Volta Basin. From my constituency all along, whenever there's a spillage of the Bagre Dam, my constituents suffer the most because we are the first to receive it. In fact, we received the heavy burden before it even
the more reason why it's important to
very
sort
important
it out.
to me. Very important.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ebenezer Zebilla, NDC MP for Zebilla. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Very grateful.